This is 7 News.
Another weekend of party chaos across Perth leaves 2 people in hospital. Labor destroyed in the Queensland election. Premier Anna Bligh walks away. Brazen ram raiders target Perth businesses in a 2-hour rampage. And Robert De Niro brings a taste of Hollywood to Burswood.
From the studios of 7 Perth, Emmy Kubainski.
Good evening. Police were called to a series of out-of-control parties overnight for the 3rd weekend in a row. Partygoers spilled onto the streets fighting each other and confronting police when they arrived. One police officer was knocked unconscious and a teenager was so badly injured he's in a coma.
11 p.m, Coniston Way, Balga. A major police operation to stop another out-of-control party. 60 officers, Polair, Mounted Police and the Dog Squad move in after more than 150 partygoers spilled onto the street, drinking and fighting. Constable Steve Coulson was kicked in the face and knocked unconscious.
I don't know what happened next. I was basically woke up on the ground about 20-30 seconds later.
The party host didn't want to speak on camera, but told me gate crashes were to blame.
It happens all the time, roughly about every 3rd week. There's a party.
The police officer wasn't the only person seriously injured during Perth's party chaos. A teenage boy who was at a party in Seville Grove ended up here at Royal Perth Hospital in an induced coma. Police say 50 teenagers from 2 parties were fighting when 17-year-old Ashley Williams was hit with a brick.
So we were just chilling sort of thing. And then, yeah, got out of hand real quick, real fast.
Police were called to 10 out-of-control parties last night.
I mean, we can only do what we're doing. We enforce the law as best we can. Until they change their attitudes, nothing else is going to change.
Kate Smithers, 7 News.
Alarm bells are ringing for Julia Gillard's government after Labor was virtually wiped out in the Queensland election. The party has been reduced to just 7 seats at best, causing leader Anna Bligh to quit politics altogether and Tony Abbott to warn the Prime Minister she's next. A short time ago, I asked 7's political editor Mark Riley just how worried Julia Gillard should be about what's happened in Queensland.
Well, she should be feeling absolutely petrified, Emmy. The Labor governments have been falling like dominoes across Australia, Western Australia, New South Wales, Victoria. They were bad enough, but this was an absolute massacre. And there's a feeling of dread in federal Labor tonight that now it's just a matter of time before voters give Julia Gillard a taste of the same medicine. Emmy?
Perth businesses have been targeted in a series of brazen ram raids overnight. In just 2.5 hours, 8 businesses were hit, all within 15 kilometres of each other. A Perth man almost killed when he fell off a ute has made a remarkable recovery. 4 months ago, Luke Gash was in a coma. Now he's about to leave hospital for good. He told Blake Johnson climbing onto the tray of the ute was a split-second decision that's left him physically and mentally scarred for life.
Nice to meet you, mate.
Meeting Luke Gash at his mum's Jandakot home today, it was hard to believe. 4 months ago, he almost died.
Thank God for me still being here and still walking and talking.
The 21-year-old was in a coma with bleeding on his brain. He hit his head after falling off the back of a ute. Luke jumped onto the vehicle to try to stop a confrontation. He wasn't drinking. Instead, he blames a snap decision that's left him physically and mentally scarred.
Don't make the decision of jumping on the back of a ute or anything like that, because I didn't know, had no idea that was going to happen, and it did. I blame myself for where I am.
Luke spent 12 days in a coma. He's now at Shenton Park Rehab, allowed home on weekends.
White with 2 sugars, thank you.
Luke suffers short-term memory loss.
Actually, I should know what day it is today, but I don't.
Doctors won't let him home permanently until it improves, but his recovery has inspired his family.
Yeah, I shake my head in disbelief, and yeah, there are miracles that do happen.
This is the spot on Belia Drive in Belia where Luke's accident happened. Doctors told him he was just minutes away from not breathing when a mother of one of his mates drove past and found him. Luke's returned to the site since the accident. He didn't enjoy it.
It was horrendous. They sprayed the outline of my body on the road, and I didn't want to see that. So I just got in the car and left.
Luke's lost about 20 kilograms since the accident. Visits to the gym will soon be a priority, so too a return to footy.
I don't look fit like I used to, but, you know, that's my fault for making a silly decision.
Blake Johnson, 7 News.
Julia Gillard is tonight on her way to join around 50 world leaders in South Korea for a two-day summit on nuclear security. Tensions there are already high, with US President Barack Obama stepping up pressure on communist North Korea over its latest missile test plan.
Officially, the focus of this summit is on nuclear terrorism. In fact, North Korea isn't on the main agenda. But even though the country won't be taking part, the fact that its border is just over 40 kilometres away will ensure its presence is felt.
There's a touch of Hollywood in town tonight with a well-known face launching a new restaurant at Burswood. Blake Johnson's there, and Blake, Robert De Niro has added interest in how well this restaurant goes.
Yes, Emmy, the Oscar winner is co-owner of the Nobu chain, and he arrived in Perth very early this morning for tonight's big launch party. This afternoon, those lounging around the pool had to do a bit of a double take as Robert De Niro walked right past them. The Nobu restaurant here at Burswood is the 24th Nobu restaurant worldwide and claims to serve new-style Japanese cuisine.
How long will you spend in Perth, and what's on your bucket list to do here?
Well, I just got here last night, in the middle of the night. I don't know, we're finding out right now. I know we had a list of things to do and see, and so we're on it. We're here for a short time, but I want to see as much as I can.
Tonight, there's a pretty exclusive party going on behind me. About 250 of Perth's A-listers are mingling with the Godfather 2 star, and Emmy, keep an eye out for him. He says he's in town until Tuesday.
Will do. Thanks for that, Blake. A Perth man has just completed the first ever walk from Rottnest to Fremantle. It's only 20 kilometres, but it wasn't easy struggling along the seabed, even for experienced commercial diver Colin Murphy. The walk was all for a good cause, raising funds for telethon.
It was a remarkable idea, and these are the remarkable pictures of Colin Spud Murphy's journey. This video was recorded by his support team as he walked along the seabed, all the way from Rotto to Freo. A 20-kilometre walk, which was anything but a stroll. Pulling behind him a cumbersome hose carrying his air supply and communication equipment wasn't easy. Neither was dealing with the swirling waters, resulting in uncertain footsteps across the sandy bottom. But at last, around 1:30 today, a tired but happy man emerged from the ocean off South Beach. A journey 5 years in the making took around 11 hours to complete. Raising vital funds for telethon.
It'd be great for people to, donate to telethon, especially to the Adventurers website for, kids with cancer. They really need the money.
Spud won't say what his next big challenge will be, but his immediate future is pretty clear. He's going on a well-deserved holiday.
Yes, I'm going to Vietnam on holiday with my wife next weekend. Thank you very much. That's all I've got planned. No more adventurers just yet.
Good on him. Still to come on 7 News, the Queen gate crashes a wedding party. Also, Hollywood history goes on sale and you can buy online. And a very happy birthday for an injured policeman. Police have shot dead a man inside a Sydney shopping centre. Police were called to the food court in the Parramatta complex after an altercation. It continued in a nearby corridor, and it's there police are thought to have opened fire. Last week, a man died in Sydney after police used a taser on him. 6 children are among 8 family members killed as a fire tore through a home in the US state of West Virginia. Relatives have gathered for a sleepover party to celebrate a birthday. The child victims ranged in age from 18 months to 8 years old.
This is the worst house fire in the history of the city of Charleston, maybe in West Virginia.
Another child is on life support but isn't expected to survive. Anti-government activists in Syria have filmed what they say is evidence of further heavy government bombardment against the city of Homs, where a new offensive is reportedly underway against rebel forces. Homs has seen some of the heaviest fighting in Syria's year-long uprising. It's estimated 22 people have died in the city yesterday. The Queen and Prince Philip have dropped into a wedding in Manchester to congratulate a very surprised bride and groom. John and Frances Canning jokingly invited the royal couple months ago and officially received a polite thanks but no thanks.
We didn't know. It was basically a wedding gift for us.
Oh,
From
amazing wedding gift, wasn't it?
It was a wedding gift, so
yeah.
We were like, gosh.
The royal couple stayed for photos, wishing the newlyweds all the best. Well, movie history is up for grabs over the coming days with a huge online auction of clothes, cars and props used in some of Hollywood's best-loved movies. From lightsabers to bloodied costumes, there's more than 1 million items for sale.
This looks a little like my son's toy lightsaber, but it's the real deal. A Star Wars collector's dream come true. It's the lightsaber used by Darth Vader in Return of the Jedi. You see, it's a little beaten up, but it's still expected to fetch between $20,000 and $30,000.
Ryan Marin, the WA policeman paralysed by a mosquito bite, had plenty to celebrate this weekend. On Friday, the government agreed to give him $400,000 to help pay for rehab treatment in America. And last night, he celebrated his 30th birthday with a fancy dress party for family and friends who've all helped with fundraising for his trip.
As I keep telling people, there's only one Ryan and there's plenty of money around.
Ryan flies out to Chicago next week and we wish him well. Time for sport now with Adrian Barrett and a high praise for a star docker Barra.
Yes, Em, from Mick Malthouse, no less. That's next. Plus, standing on the shoulders of giants. Footy's $6 million man makes his debut. And Footy's $6 million man makes his debut.
Look at the big hard tackle, brilliant stuff.
That's all in sport. Tomorrow I'll catch you for a live chat on the West Australian website from 11 a.m. John Worsfold on 7 News from 6. Now here's Emmy.
Thanks, Barra. The forecast for the working week, that's next. And then it's Sunday night with Chris Bath. We had cloudy skies across Perth for most of the day and we're in for similar conditions tomorrow. We reached a maximum of 27.3 degrees at 3:15 this afternoon. Overnight it dropped down to 16.3 just before 6 this morning. Right now in Perth it's 23 degrees and the wind is south-southwesterly at 17 kilometres an hour. To the satellite chart, and patchy cloud in the far north is causing some thundery showers, while a trough is triggering showers and storms in western parts of WA. Around the state tomorrow, showers and 34 degrees for Broome, sunny and 32 for Karratha, clear skies and 27 for Bunbury, and some isolated morning showers along the south coast near Albany. Across the nation tomorrow, sunny for Adelaide and Melbourne, a morning shower and 24 degrees for Sydney, partly cloudy for Canberra and a possible shower at 26 for Brisbane. On the water, south to southeasterly winds at 13 to 18 knots, tending south-southwesterly in the afternoon, seas to 1.5 metres on a swell rising to 2 metres. So partly cloudy again tomorrow, light to moderate southeasterly winds shifting southwesterly in the afternoon, a top of 27 degrees. And looking ahead for the rest of the week, partly cloudy and 28 degrees for Tuesday, warming up to 33 degrees on Thursday, and then back down to the mid-20s. And that's 7 News. Sunday night is next. For now, from the team, enjoy the rest of your evening. Good night.